Welcome to the daily current affairs session. Today is Sunday, 25th March 2018, and we will be discussing about the following topics. There are a few topics on clean development mechanism, biomedical waste management, nano motors, give up to give back, reduction of hazardous substances (ROHs), and saving Asia's vulture from extinction. It's an organization also called SAVE, SAVE. So let's have a detailed look on this. First topic is about clean development mechanism. So by the time you have already studied about all the environmental conventions and all the environmental programs or initiatives taken by different countries, including India, and the Rio Earth Summit is the umbrella program, and you have the three other UNFCCC for climate change, UNCBD for biodiversity conservation, and you have the CCD for combating desertification. Those are the three branches of this Rio Earth Summit, which was held in 1992, and UNFCCC is one among them. And from in that UNFCCC, there were a lot of COPs, Conference of Parties meetings, starting from the beginning, and it ended in, it had a landmark agreement in Kyoto, and then again it evolved to become Paris Agreement, that was in COP21 in 2015, the most famous and the most popular of it. And so each convention has its own protocols, each protocols has their own mechanisms to do what are the mandate and how to do, what is a tool for implementing these mandates. So these are the things you need to study, which mandate or which protocol comes in which convention. There are lots of protocols. So skipping all those topics, clean development mechanism is particularly sticked on to Kyoto Protocol. So Kyoto Protocol is under UNFCCC. Again the same thing, 2 degrees Celsius and global warming, carbon dioxide emission and all those. So what is the tool for that? What is the mechanism for that? That has three main market mechanisms to be implemented by different categories of countries. Like you have the annexed countries, you have the non-annexed countries. So the developed countries are in Annex B, and the developing countries are in different annex, and how they relate or how they interact with each other. That is how mechanisms come. So three main mechanisms that comes under this Kyoto Protocol is clean development mechanism, emissions trading, and joint implementation. So out of this clean development mechanism or CDM came into the news because again our MOFCC minister has conducted a workshop to discuss the pre-2020 mechanisms and the post-2020 mechanisms, how that is going to be or how they will be linked to this pre and post. There should be linkages, right? It should be a continuation to the next phase. So, just three facts. Clean development mechanism, simply speaking, it is nothing but the developed countries will have a quota of carbon emission. The developing countries will be having different kind of quota. So the developed countries, if they do projects in other developing countries and least developed countries, they can meet the target of carbon emissions. So that is the main thing, main funda of that. And emissions trading means each countries, different types of countries are having their own quotas of carbon dioxide emission. Like this much ton should only be emitted in this much period. So developed countries are having very less quota, and underdeveloped countries or least developed countries are having more quota. So they can trade the quota. That is how like they can buy from least developed countries some quotas and they can emit and they can meet their Kyoto targets or Kyoto commitment. Same way, joint implementation is something which is done among the developed countries or among the Annex B countries, where one Annex countries will be implementing or investing in green projects in a different Annex B country. So both the countries will have benefit, like one will have monetary benefit or capital inflow, the other will be having the environmental commitment. So I hope this is already taken to you in the environmental sessions. Just have a revision of this, okay? Moving on to the next one, biomedical waste management. Again, something related to an environment topic. Biowaste management, everything that hospitals, diagnostic laboratories and many other clinics and all those that is related to medical field, they daily pollute the environment by their own biomedical waste, including the medicines, the blood samples, the many other samples that has been collected for diagnosis, the medicine waste, many other things, the chemicals used for testing different samples of humans. So all this comes under the scanner of biomedical waste management rules, and government is now proposing a change or an amendment in these rules to include some more things. Whenever amendment comes, it will definitely include many things, or it will change something. That is how a prospect of an amendment means, to an act or a rule. So here some of the things are included in this as bio waste, like chlorinated plastic bags. Everything that is being underlined or highlighted in yellow is amendment, or that is a salient feature of that. So can help you in statement. So chlorinated plastic bags should be phased out, excluding blood bags. Then gloves should be chlorinated gloves are there, that should be gone. And every healthcare facility should have their own website to monitor all those, how they are meeting their targets of biomedical waste management. All the facilities will be having barcoding and global positioning system, GPS, to track how they are disposing, where they are disposing, are they doing any illegal activities, all those things. So these are many mandates or many rules which comes under bio waste management. So everything will have a aim to tackle this solid waste management. So that is the main thing. Have a detailed referring in this your material. Okay. Next topic is about nano motors. So nano motors is not a motor or like Tata Motors or Elon Musk, Tesla. No. Nano motors are something which is you may have already heard about targeted delivery, right? Targeted drug delivery. So what is targeted drug delivery? Some for example antibiotics if we have some infection, we will be consuming antibiotics, right? Amoxicillin, ampicillin, all these are antibiotics. So what they do is, they go to the body, they disintegrate into the blood, and they target all the cells or all the tissues wherever there is infection. Every infectious cells will be destroyed. That is the thing. So it is not a targeted thing. Wherever there is bacterial infection, this medicine will go there and it will have its antibiotic mechanism and produces antigens and then kill those bacteria. So that is what antibiotics and normal medicines do. So but cancer treatment, we need targeted thing. We have the malignant tumor which multiplies its own in hundreds of times. So what we need is a target. We need to target that particular cell or that particular tissue which is malignant, right? So for that, we have some many researches going on. Almost every month you hear about some new targeted delivery medicine discovered or invented. So this nanomotors is one among them, one step ahead of others, because nanomotors are very small molecular level or nanoscale. Nano means 10 to the power of minus 9 meter level device capable of converting energy into the movement. So motor means it should have a movement, right? If energy is given, it will move and it will increase the temperature of the cell and then ultimately kill the cell which is cancerous or which is malignant. So that is the main thing, funda behind this. Okay, so this three main particularity, it is having a zinc ferrite coating for temperature and many other chemical stabilities. It is having silicon dioxide as a backbone. See, the main thing is made up of silicon dioxide, and it will have a on the top it will have a magnetic particle attached to that. See, I am talking of a thing which is very minute, which we can't even see through our naked eyes, and zinc ferrite coated will be providing thermal stability to it. So all this combined action will have a motor effect, and it can move and target on the particular malignant cell, and it can increase the temperature. So when it reaches the cell, if we provide a magnetic field to that, so what happens is it will increase the temperature of that particular cell or that particular area to 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. So that is enough to kill that particular cell. So that is how we target the cell and kill it. So we are again moving a step towards cancer treatment. We haven't found it. Please refer the advantages of it. In the material you can have a detailed version of this. And since this is a science and technology topic, it is very factual, and you need a thorough knowledge of this. Okay. So next topic is about Give Up to Give Back campaign. This campaign is it started with Earth Hour. Earth Hour is something where many organizations, many individuals, many institutions will pledge that for 1 hour we will switch off every lights, we will switch off every power appliances for 1 hour, and we will respect the nature, we will respect the environment, and we will know about the efforts that we are taking on environmental protection, and we also want to spread the awareness of what are we doing harm to the environment. So that is Earth Hour. Actually, it started in Australia in 2007 and on March 31st, and now many countries, many different parts of the countries are celebrating this, and our MOFCC have told that yesterday, that is 24th March, we should switch off all the lights for 1 hour, that is 8:30 to 9:30 or something. And so Give Up to Give Back campaign comes under this Earth Hour. Here what happens is nothing but we have to give up the styles, we have to give up many things to like we have bad habits of racing our car, or switching on our car in signals, or many such lifestyle, many such habits that may harm, if taken on a large scale, that may harm the environment. So we have to give up those habits, we have to give up, and we have to nurture new styles so that is eco-friendly. So only building a green building or green highway doesn't contribute to environmental protection. We need, each individual should follow many steps or many habits to cater towards our environmental protection till the time comes. So that is what, have a thorough look. See, Earth Hour is initiated by World Wildlife Fund, and Give Up to Give Back is initiated by World Wildlife Fund and India. That is the two things you have to remember. Quickly moving on to the next topic. Next topic is reduction of hazardous substances. See, there is a directive by European Union, restriction on hazardous substances, and India on that directive, on the lines of that directive, we are working towards a reduction of hazardous substances. See, what will happen is the Central Pollution Control Board will collect the samples of many mobile phones and laptops, and they will operate it, they will surgery, and they will test every chemical that is present in that. If each of the chemical made up of that, like lithium ion is used for making batteries, and many other chemicals are used in electronic goods. So they will check, they will test whether that is harmful to environment. So almost all the topics are environment related, right? That's not a trivia actually. Okay, and what is the objective? To check whether their constituent metals exceed safety norms of environmental harm. And RoHS directives regulates the use of hazardous and risky substances in electrical and electronic equipment. So who is the first proponent of this RoHS? Actually, it is EU, European Union. There was a slight change in the word, it is restriction actually, and when we adopted, India adopted, it changed to reduction of hazardous substances. That is the only difference, and the testing will be done in Hyderabad based center for materials of for electronic technology. And so that's all. Moving on to the next news. Saving Asia's vulture from extinction, that is SAVE. So SAVE is a consortium to oversee and coordinate conservation campaign and fundraising activities to help the plight of South Asia's vultures. So we all know three main Indian vultures, or three main vultures which is found in Indian subcontinent, including Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, and some Southeast Asian countries, are critically endangered. They are. So these are some of the names which we need to learn on critically endangered list. So the three of the names are gyps vulture, long-billed vulture, and slender-billed vulture. Have a comparison of that, where it is found. Western Ghats is a home of habitat of this, and Assam and many northeastern states are also habitat of this. So please have a thorough knowledge of that. And why this is facing extinction? Because of the chemical diclofenac. Now, diclofenac is a painkiller that was used on humans as well as cattle. So the humans need only 5 to 10 ml of that, or 5 to 10 units of that, but cattle need more, like 30 to 40. So when they see, these vultures are actually scavengers, they eat dead meat or dead animals. Now when the cattle die and the vultures go on to feed their dead body, so this diclofenac comes into their body and it destroys their kidneys. So that is how they are facing extinction. And there are many organizations that are doing many saving works to save vultures of South Asia actually. Not only India, many countries that belong to our subcontinent are facing extinctions of this vulture. So this is an important news, and please remember the name SAVE. Okay. So before winding up, just have a quick glance on the question. This is a topic actually in your material. So read the question and try to answer it. Okay. Protected areas are Consider the following statement about protected area recently seen in the news. Protected area are all areas falling between the inner line and the international border of the state, and any foreigner need to obtain a protected area permit to visit such places. Third statement, every Indian citizen who is not resident of these areas is required to get an inner line permit to enter these places. See, actually, one hint I will give you. A protected area means you have the border, international border. You have no man's land in between that. Okay, there is a two line where no man can enter, and there is one more line that separates the state from the no man's land. That is called inner line. There is a third line. So from that inner line to the border area is called protected area. So that is the concept behind that. So many Indians or inhabitants of that particular place. See, this is especially exclusively for northeastern state plus one or two states like Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh, those who have international borders with other countries, So we have security concerns on that. So this particular thing is about border states, and this is something which is important because we almost see every time we have some border issues like the Oklam issue and many other. So have a thorough look at the material and try to answer. I have given a hint actually. It is related to security issue, so you can easily find out the answer for this. So again, see you tomorrow and have a nice day. Good night.